Joining us now is Martha Boneta. And Martha, good to have you with us.
Good morning. Thank you so much for having me on the show. You and I are going to be at the 49ers game on Sunday at FedEx Field, right?
Yes.
In the owner's suite. And as you know, Mike Pence left the 49ers Colts game because of the players protesting during the national anthem. So do you think the players are going to protest at the game you and I are going to be at?
Yes. I don't think anything is going to stop the San Francisco team, those bunch of them that kneel down. I think they're going to do the same thing in Washington that they did in Indianapolis. I mean, I think they want to continue to make a statement. I'm certainly not going to leave the game because now you know they're going to kneel. So to me, and I'll just give you my position going forward, if you go to see the San Francisco team play, you know they're not going to stand up. There's a bunch of them that are not going to stand up for the national anthem. You know that going in. So if you don't want to be a part of that, then I don't think it makes any sense to go. If you're going to go to the game and you know what they're going to do, you're at the game. So I get Mike Pence walking out, but I mean, going forward, we're going to the game and a bunch of our friends are the game next week with Washington, and they're going to do the same thing. They're going to kneel. So should we all walk out?
No, absolutely not. Yeah. And, you know, and our vice president has received a lot of criticism for walking out. And, you know, some have said, listen, this is America. It's freedom of speech. We may not agree with it. We don't like it. But this is America. And if they don't want to, you know, if they want to do this and make a statement, then they don't have to. And so he's received a lot of criticism for it.
Well, I think his position is if they want to make a spectacle of themselves and they don't want to respect the flag, then I don't have to respect them, and I can just leave. So I'm free, they're free, we're all free. But look, I think he did the right thing.
Yes.
And of course, the president had asked him to do that. President Trump, according to his tweet, had asked the vice president if the San Francisco players did not stand to the national anthem for him to leave, and he did that. And I think for the Democrats to be saying, well, it was a waste of taxpayers' money. I mean, if you decide to leave a football game, you leave a football game. I mean, Pence is a Colts fan. He went to the Colts game, and he was offended by the fact that they sat down. But now my point is going forward, you know a bunch of San Francisco players are going to kneel during the national anthem. So you have two choices. You can go to see them play or not. But to go to see them play now and leave when they're going to do something you already know that they're going to do, that doesn't make any sense to me at all.
You know, what I keep reminding people is, listen, freedom is freedom for everyone, right? So Mike Pence has a right to walk out of the game. That's his prerogative. And, you know, I think at a couple of the games I've seen signs up that say, you know, express your, take a position on your own time, not on ours. I mean, I've seen a couple of folks going to games holding up these signs that say, basically, look, if you want to protest, if you want to make a statement, do it on your own time. We want to see football. You know, I mean, I've seen a lot of that, too.
Well, that's my position, Martha, is like they can get up early and they can go outside of Washington Stadium. They can go outside of FedEx Field on Sunday. Okay. They can get there at 10 a.m. They can get a license, rent a platform, go on social media, stage a rally, make it at 9 or 8 a.m. Or they can do it Saturday evening if they have time in between their practices. You know, they can get up early and do it. They just buy ads. They make enough money. They can buy ads on Washington TV and complain. They can do whatever they want. But, doing a football game. Now, do you think a lot of the criticism Pence is getting, some people are saying that it was a stunt, that he planned to go and make a spectacle of it because he knew they weren't going to stand, and this whole thing was planned and it was a stunt. Do you believe that?
I don't know. I mean, I know Mike and Karen Pence. You know, I had them at our farm for our festival last year, and he's not a stunt kind of guy. You know, he's just not. And for that matter, he could have just said, "Look, I'm not going because, there are a number of other things he could have done." So I don't believe it's a stunt. He's just not a stunt kind of guy. I just don't see that. But it's interesting. Now at the game you and I are going to, we're going to be on the field before the game, And it's going to be interesting to see what happens because, we have some superstars coming. Josh Brolin and Taylor Kitsch are going to be there. And it'll be interesting to see how they react to all of this. If they're going to take a position, I'm sure the media is going to interview them. I'll be curious to hear what they have to say.
All right, so just give me your position on this whole thing, Martha. I mean, you're a casual football fan. I know you go to the games once in a while. You might not be as intensive a fan as some of us are, like I am perhaps, and others, and you probably wouldn't do what I do, which is, take my son to Massachusetts to Fenway to see the Astros play. You probably wouldn't do that. So you're a casual fan. Do you find this whole thing troubling or what?
Well, I'll tell you, it's one of America's favorite sports, right? Baseball and football. And I think that, growing up in our family, my dad loves football and loves the Redskins. And, we all work very hard every day. We work hard to bring home, the bacon so we can pay for the roof over our heads and take care of our children and our families. And our sports, football and baseball, are a way for us to escape the rigmarole of the day-to-day grind and to just enjoy sports. It's competitive. It's you get behind your players, you get behind your team, and it's a way for you to relax with your friends and family. And so, so on the one hand, I can see the argument that says, listen, you guys get paid millions and millions and millions of dollars a year, basically to entertain us. Can you just kind of keep all this other political stuff to yourselves? Can we just play football without it being politicized? But on the other hand, you know what? This is America, and it's freedom for everybody. It's freedom to protest. It's freedom to walk out. I mean, that's what makes us the greatest nation on earth. In some countries, heaven forbid you protest your flag, so you're persecuted. You're thrown in jail, or maybe you're shot. I don't know, but I mean, in America, we're free to do that. And so, I of course come from a family where my father served our country. I have a lot of relatives that have served our country. The flag, to me, I love my country. It's the greatest nation on earth, and I'm proud to be an American. So for me, it causes me pain, physical pain, to see people burn the flag or step on the flag or not rise to the flag. But at the same time, I also know that that in America, people have the right to do that. And does that mean I'm going to protest the NFL? No, I'm still. You and I are going to go this Sunday. We're going to be in the owner's seat. We're going to be on the field with the players. We're going to go to that game. I will rise with my hand over my chest as a proud American that loves my country. And I thank God that I'm an American, and I thank all the men and women that serve our country. But I'm not going to walk out on a game because of the players. Just not going to do it. That's my position.
All right, so that gets me back to asking you about what Mike and Karen Pence did yesterday in Indianapolis, walking out. Do you think they did the right thing in that? I mean, you and I are saying that we probably...
Yeah, I mean, I know that Mike and Karen Pence love their country. They're very patriotic. And again, I go back to this. When people say to me, Martha, well, I don't like that. I don't agree with Mike Pence walking out. Well, guess what? Just like the players can kneel, Mike Pence can walk out if he wants to. It's a personal choice. And he's a very patriotic man, and it was, that meant a lot to him, and he walked out. So, personal choice on his part. I think, though, that we're continuing to politicize football if we keep doing these things, right? I mean, if everybody keeps making a big deal out of this, it just breathes more air into it. It breathes more life into it, doesn't it?
Yeah, look, I think you're right. I mean, you and I and my family and many of our friends, we're going to the Redskins game next weekend. By the way, I'm going to the infamous tailgate pre-parking lot party with Chap Peterson next week. I can't wait for that. I've heard about it for years. I've heard it is the tailgate of all time, and I'm going to be doing that with Chap, and my whole family's going to be there, so we're going to have a lot of fun, Martha. Yeah, he does it. I got to figure out how I get in there because I don't have his parking pass, but I'll figure all that out. And I don't even have a vehicle. Well, let's see. I'm not even sure we have a vehicle, but I'll figure that out. But I am going to go, and I will see you next week for that. Now, tell us about the Mike Pence helped get out the vote for Gillespie, Joe Vogel, and John Adams at Washington County Fairgrounds.
Correct. So last year, I did Liberty Farm Festival. Mike and Karen came, and members of their family. at Liberty Farm, and it was a phenomenal event. We had an event scheduled for October 14th at our farm, and because of scheduling and accommodating the campaign, we decided to reschedule. But Mike Pence is coming. He is coming, and I need to put this word out there. Mike Pence is coming. He's not coming to Liberty Farm, but he's going to be at the Washington County Fairgrounds, and he's coming to get out the vote for Ed Gillespie, Joe Vogel, and John Adams. And it's from 4. The doors open at 4 o'clock. The rally starts at 6 p.m. And I just encourage everyone to come to see our vice president and to really show support for our ticket and to really show support and get him over the finish line to victory here in Virginia and at our November election.
All right, so let me ask you this straight up. So Ed Gillespie has no problem going to a rally for Mike Pence. Yet I just got to ask you this question, Martha, straight out. On Thursday night, President Trump sends a tweet out endorsing Ed Gillespie and specifically endorsing one of his policies, which is cracking down on MS-13 gangs of Virginia and not allowing them to be harbored in sanctuary cities. And Ed Gillespie did not retweet it. He downplayed it. He didn't really do anything with it. We had a conference call with him. This is detailed. There was an article on it in both the Washington Examiner and the Washington Post, which I was quoted in.
LA Times.
And the LA Times, right? And he did nothing. And it was kind of like, I was kind of flabbergasted by the whole thing. But yet, he's all excited when Mike Pence comes. What is Ed's problem with President Trump?
First of all, I saw the tweet. I retweeted it. I didn't know that. I wasn't aware that it wasn't retweeted. I mean, I thought I don't look at those things. Who retweets what? But I support Donald Trump. I have from the beginning, alongside you, and I support him. And I was so happy to see the tweet. I mean, I really was. I was so excited to see the tweet. For an abundance of reasons, primarily that, Donald Trump is spot on. His message was spot on. That, that in terms of, Ralph Northam, by, providing a venue, an opportunity in Virginia to have, the bad guys come in and create all kinds of, really calling into our safety, our citizenry here in Virginia. And then, and so Trump did endorse Ed Gillespie. And I'm not aware. I don't know anything about whether there was a retweet or not. I wasn't aware of that. I think if Mike, I hope Donald Trump does come to Virginia. I'm expecting him to come to Virginia and do a rally for Ed Gillespie. So, and I expect Ed Gillespie will be there. And so, I don't know when that will be. I haven't heard anything about it, but I'm hoping that Donald Trump does come, just like he did in Alabama and just like he's done in other states.
I hope he comes also. I'm not sure that he will. I know I talked to Joe Vogel over the weekend. Joe's excited about the president maybe coming to Southwest Virginia, and she said, look, I'll do anything to get him here. And I think if he comes to Southwest Virginia or he comes to Hampton Roads, he's got big support base there, huge followers, and I think he can help Gillespie win. Huge followers. And I think in order for Gillespie to win this race, he's got to get the Trump voters motivated to get out. And I don't think you do that by not retweeting president's tweet endorsing your candidacy. I mean, I just couldn't believe the Gillespie campaign did not retweet that immediately. And then they say, well, I'm not going to tweet it because he's already got Twitter followers. It's like he's trying to thread a needle with a shotgun. You can't do it.
Well, I mean, it's interesting because, and again, I will look at that because I'm not aware of, I don't know that he did or didn't. I don't follow those kinds of things. But I do know that didn't Northam recently say something about being able to work with Trump? And I thought that was fascinating too. I mean, I think this is the man that called Donald Trump a narcissistic maniac, right? A narcissistic maniac. And so, I'm excited about Donald Trump's endorsement of Ed Gillespie. I hope, Donald Trump comes to Virginia. I hope that members of his family, do a rally for him as well. And if that happens, I'll be there, as you know, cheering them on. And I'm really excited about our ticket.
All right. Well, we look forward to it. Look, if people want to attend that, what do they have to do?
Well, all they have to do is go to Ed Gillespie's website. They can sign up, And it's, of course, free. And I'm not sure what the venue holds, but I imagine it holds a couple thousand people. And so they're expecting a packed house. And all anybody has to do is just sign up.
That's all you got to do, right? Sign up. It's Saturday.
Yep, sign up.
Where is it? The Washington County
Washington County Fairgrounds, and they can sign up at www.edforvirginia.com. Ed's going to be there. Jill Vogel, John Adams. I know there'll be several members of the Virginia General Assembly. I expect there'll be some of the congressional delegation there as well, and it should be a packed house. So everybody that wants to go should really sign up, because at some point they're going to have to turn people away.
All right, and it is Saturday, October 14th. The doors open 4 p.m., rally at 6 p.m. Mike Pence coming for Ed Gillespie, Joe Vogel, and John Adams. Go check it out if you want to attend. It's going to be a lot of fun at the Washington County Fairgrounds. Martha Boneta, we're out of time. For the Citizens for the Republic, Ronald Reagan's original political action committee way back in the day. And what is your title there? I always forget.
I'm Executive Vice President, and we have a nonprofit, a 501c3, a 501c4, and we have the PAC. And it's just been a great honor to be a part of this organization and work with such amazing people, many of whom served with Reagan. And it's just been a real blessing. In fact, on October 17th, we will be presenting an award to Dave Bratt from Citizens for the Republic, and honoring him for fulfilling in his leadership goals, Ronald Reagan's vision for America: freedom, liberty, limited government, free market principles. And it's just an honor and privilege for me to be able to do that.